What's going on, guys? We're back once again, and we're finally going to be discussing the latest episode of The Bad Batch. We are going to be talking about episode 10. Now that we are finally talking about it, if you guys have not seen the current episode, I do highly recommend you guys click off the video, go check it out, come back, and then let me know what you guys think about it. But overall, we do have where the Empire is taking over or trying to accumulate slash have where a former separatist planet and allies are trying to turn into the Empire. And the one that is the leader, he is seeing obviously what's happening. He's not in agreement, but he's wanting to have peace for his people. But as soon as he goes to give a speech after one of the Imperial representatives starts talking to his people, he just turns and says, "Look, I can't do this." And he even informs his people, we're not going to take their tyranny. And then he gets arrested, and then we go to the planet where Sid and the boys are. We see where what's interesting is Sid is giving them another mission. She says that there's a separatist that needs help, and of course Echo is a little upset. He's like, no, I'm not going to help a separatist. Even Hunter is in agreement. And then she says it doesn't matter. A job is a job. And they come to agreement, hey, Omega's not going to come because as much heat as we've had on us, we don't need to bring any more, especially throwing her into Imperial hands where they may capture her. And when this happens, of course, Omega gets upset, but boys do go to the planet after staying. Hunter gives her an order to stay put, and Sid puts her to work, and we see where the boys go to the planet, and then they meet into the droid that was helping the senator. And what's really interesting is they arrive on the planet, and I will say that the planet is extremely beautiful. You would think it was almost literally out of almost like a Disney type of like an actual Disney movie kind of planet. It was really weird. But it was actually very, very beautiful, the way that the art looked and the way the animation looked for this particular planet. Now, we do see where they meet up with the droid, and they're saying, okay, a droid out of all people, and they're saying, yes, my master ordered me to get help if he was arrested. So they start going and seeing what they can do. They go into the city, and after using the droid to allure some clones, they start getting into the senator's personal quarters, because that's where he's being held. And then we go back to Omega, and she's pouting because she wanted to help with the mission, and Sid puts her to work trying to clean. And she says, well, if you stop pouting and maybe do something, then maybe it can actually be better. Well, when a little later on, after stating that Omega doesn't feel useful, that she's still being treated like a child, even though she is a child, Sid kind of feels bad after a few things after she stated, after, how much were you paid to watch me? And she says not enough. And then we see where the two normal ones we see in the club or the bar or whatever you want to call it, even look at her and go like, nah, that wasn't cool. And then we see later on she starts trying to play against these guys, and she's about ready to lose, and Omega starts helping her. And when Omega is saying, no, I wouldn't do that, she says, how would you know? We got an expert here. And she actually gets it right, and she actually helps Sid win. She goes, well, how would you know that? She says, it's a strategy game. I'm very good at strategy games. And she looks at her like, okay, well, how good? She says, do you think if we help me with some matches, maybe we could earn some money? She says, well, what's my cut? She says 30%. She says, no, I'll take 60. So we go back to the boys. They're able to help the senator, and when they're able to finally get him out, they go through a little trouble trying to get onto an AT&T walker to be able to escape. And then once they're finally in there, they're having issues still going up against more clones. And then, of course, the other walker almost destroys the one they're in, and they're having to commandeer almost another one while Tech is preparing the one that they're in and cause more of a distraction, while, of course, Wrecker and Hunter are keeping the other clones at bay while other walkers are coming in. And once it's finally taken fixed, they're able to get there, and then the senator tells them to go to a specific location. But Tech says if they do that, they'll be cornered. He says, "No, you have to trust me." So there is a lot of trust that goes into this episode about who you're really going to trust. And when they finally go to a wall area, the senator says, "Blow this up." And there's going to be a secret tunnel to lead out of the city. And when that happens, Wrecker is able to blow it back up again, so that way they're able to escape, go to the ship, and then the senator is kind of like, "I don't want to leave my people," and his droid even informs him, "Look, if you do this, you can fight another day," is what even Echo informs him, like, you can't do it if you're in Imperial hands. So we do see where a little bit of similarity is like, okay, look, we get what you're saying, but you cannot do that right now. And then what was really cool about it is he even agrees, okay, fine, so they go back to the planet where Sid and Omega is, and they start seeing a major crowd start forming. They're like, "What's going on?" And as soon as they say, we just see like, "Oh, this kid can't be beaten," and Omega is just kicking butt, man. Like she is just taking everybody's money literally. And we see what was really funny is we see Sid right behind Omega, and they're watching, and then she wins another match. Here comes the Bad Batch, and she says, "Hey, your kid did good." And they're like, "Well, this is not keeping a low profile like I asked," and kind of Hunter gets a little angry with her, but even Sid kind of takes up for her because she says, "Look, be nice to my new friend. She just paid off your debt." And then Hunter's personality just completely changed. Like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. So we see where she tells Center, like, "Hey, I'm gonna go in here, let's discuss payment." And then right when everyone's going to their sides, Rucker even kind of runs into Hunter like, "Hey, lay off the kid." And we even see earlier, of course, they're having the popcorn, and even Tech and Echo are wanting to help out and kind of share, maybe try it. But that was earlier. But we do see where he even says, like, "You paid off our debt," and she says, "Well, I wanted to be useful even though I was not on the mission." And so Hunter says, "Okay, well, how good are you at this game?" She says, "Well, I'll say pretty good." He says, "Okay, I'll make you a deal. You beat me, then you no more standing off on missions." So that's how the episode ends. Now, overall, the episode I think was okay. It wasn't the best episode. It was a little light. It wasn't like the most dramatic or the most action-packed. Again, it kind of felt like more like a side mission. I think we have 5 more episodes left, if I'm not mistaken, or 6 more. So it's coming very close to the end. I'm kind of curious what other characters we are going to be seeing within the Bad Batch. If we're going to be seeing Ahsoka, we're going to be seeing Bulba, we're going to be seeing Rex return. Who exactly are we going to be seeing return? Again, it's going to be coming very close to where it's going to end, and then there's going to be no more Bad Batch Fridays. So, again, it's still going to be here, guys, so that way we can look over more Bad Batch and more other great shows for Star Wars. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing. Leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Also, if you guys are new, click notifications button so you guys are notified every time I upload. Also, what you guys think about the episode, I'd like to know your thoughts down in the comments. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.